Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to share the story of how I got healed. I used to have a bunch of food allergies that would make my throat swell up. And about 4 years ago, Jesus healed me. So, some of you might know back in high school, I used to be really thin. And I would eat really strange foods. I would have like tuna or a lot of beef jerky. I couldn't have, so the list of things I couldn't have was soy, gluten, dairy, eggs, nuts, oats, and wheat. So, obviously, basically no carbs. I would have rice cakes and sunflower butter. And I remember that would be, and sometimes honey if I was really getting excited. But I couldn't really eat anything, and really thin, used to weightlift a lot, and I played sports and whatnot. Well, I would go on sports trips, and we'd after a win, we'd go out and eat pizza, we'd maybe travel or whatever. And every time I'd go out to eat, I would have to have 5, 6 glasses of water during my meal. And so I'd always ask waiters and waitresses to just leave the pitcher because I would always run out of water. I never knew why. I always knew it was strange. I was like, well, maybe I'm just thirsty because I've always had a hard time drinking water too. Well, not like I was allergic to it or anything. That'd be crazy. But I would I would always just drink a lot of water whenever I'd go out to eat. Well, one day I and there's always been a history in my dad's family of people choking or having difficulty swallowing or whatnot. And so I knew it was something strange, but I didn't know what was causing it or why it was there, or I didn't even really know that drinking water that much was unusual. I just knew I did, and sometimes my food would get like stuck in my throat, like kind of it felt like it'd be here, but apparently it's like down here in the esophagus. And it'd be really sharp pain. I would have to like drink a bunch of water real fast to get the food to go down. And sometimes what would happen is the food would be really stuck and the muscles would be spasmed around it, which was really painful. And I would try to drink water to make the food go down. Well, the water would end up sitting on top of the food, and your windpipe is maybe, I don't know, maybe here, and your food would get stuck down. My food would get stuck here, and so this part would fill up with water. Happened a couple times, probably 5, 6 times, and I would end up starting to choke on my own. My food would keep the water above my windpipe, and so I would be drowning in like that much water inside my throat. Back at Kamayakin, when I went to high school, I had the ambulance called one time. I had to be taken to the hospital. I think the ambulance was called twice. I had the Heimlich maneuver done on me one time. Choked on carrots after a protein shake, which I didn't know had milk, which I was allergic to. Um, so eventually I figured out I was allergic to all these different foods, and my mom didn't believe it. And so some of you moms out there, you really like making food. My mom didn't believe it. And so she would do is she would make me bread that was soy-free, dairy-free, egg-free, which I don't know how she made it. And it was still pretty good though. And she would put one egg in 4 loaves. And she wouldn't tell me, and I'd still react to it. So it was pretty serious. Um, well, one time I met Apostle Jared, and I started going to church at Ascend. And probably after about a year of going to church, I realized, I've seen all these different people get healed of different things. I want to get healed. And I want to say to you guys that Jesus is really a God of healing. And if you see somebody else get healed, or you've heard testimonies, or maybe you've never actually seen healing, but you've heard stories, or you hear my story now, and it makes you kind of well, how about me, God? If you ever feel that in you, I want to encourage you that this story's for you, and that the Lord really does want to heal you, and the healing is for you, and healing is for today. And so back to my story. One time I was at church, and we were just hanging out praying, and I said, hey, I want to get healed. So people started praying for me, and I felt an evil spirit, a demon, rise up in my stomach. And I don't know how to explain it other than it was like a tennis ball sized ball of black energy, which is, and I'd never heard stories about demons, anything like that. I just knew it was a demon. And I told the people that were praying for me, Ellen May, some other people, and they said, oh, okay, that's okay. We'll pray over it. And then one person ended up getting the name of the demon. Well, anyway, they cast the demon out. As the demon left, I felt its claws up my windpipe drag and try to come out. And then Apostle Jared pulled the demon out of my mouth, and I felt my throat pop open. Because before this, every moment of every day, I could always feel my throat at all times. And most people probably have never actually felt your throat, unless maybe you like burned it with too much water or something like that. But I felt my throat pop open for the first time in my life. And I said, well, I think I can have food now. So that night I went to Denny's and I had peanut butter chocolate milkshake, which was milk and peanut butter, so I shouldn't have had those. Pancakes, so eggs and wheat and milk. And I had a soda and butter on top. So like literally one bite of that would have made it so I couldn't have finished the rest of the meal even with water. My allergies were so bad. And so for 4 years now, I've been symptom free. I don't have to have water when I eat. Sometimes I'll drink a little more water just because I like to have water, but I don't have to now. I don't like get food stuck, and I'm not scared. There was always a big fear of like dying. And so if any of my Davis family's watching this, especially the guys, if you guys ever see this video, I really pray that you would get healed as well. And I just pray that that spirit of from the Freemasons would just leave you alone, and that there would just be healing on you in Jesus' name. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you.